Welcome back to Code with Hafiz. In the last class, we mastered multi-level inheritance, how one class passes features down a chain. But real-world systems don't always follow a single chain. Sometimes a class needs features from two different parents. Today, we move to one of the most important OOP concepts used in frameworks like Django, Flask, FastAPI, TensorFlow, which is called multiple inheritance, where one class inherits from more than one parent. Don't worry, I will explain everything line by line in the simplest way possible. Let's start the class. As you see, in multiple inheritance, we have multiple parents for one child. Uh, in this diagram, you see the parent class 1, parent class 2, and parent class n. So the child class will inherit from all these parents. So this is a simple diagram how the multiple inheritance works in Python. So in we have a one child class which is inherit from different multiple in classes. Let me close this, the multi-level inheritance. And if till now you not cover the class 1, class 2 and class 3, so all the code and videos are uploaded on the channel, so cover this first, then we will continue. And if you are new on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and like. So what is multiple inheritance? When a class inherits when a child class inherits features, the methods and variables from more than one parent class, it is called multiple inheritance. When a child class inherits features and variables from more than one parent class, it is called multiple inheritance. Simple definition. I hope you are clear about this. What is multiple inheritance? So let me create a code for the multiple inheritance. So let me create a class walk ability. The class name will be walk ability. Inside this class, def walk self, and it will return just simple string return I can walk. Let me close this and let me zoom in more to clear it. So this is our class parent class 1. Let me write here the comment parent 1. So this is parent 1 which have the name walk ability and the method walk simple. And let me create a parent class 2. The class name will be talk ability. After that, inside this I will want the method which will return just string return I can talk. So I just created two classes, walkability and talkability. In both classes we have one methods. In walkability we have a method walk, and inside talkability we have a method talk. After that I want child gets both abilities. So let me create a class child with name human, and I will pass walk ability and talk ability. Let me create a method for the human class identity, and it will return a string return I am a human. So till now we create three classes. The first one is class walk ability. We create a separate class that gives one specific ability for the walk. This is called modular design. Why this is called modular design? Because one class equal to one responsibility. So one class has one responsibility. That's why this is called modular design. Our walkability class have one responsibility, just a method, def walk. So that's why we say this is modular design. And this workable modular design will help us to keep the code clean, reusable, and it is easy to maintain. So here question arises, what this method? The method represents a capability. This class only cares about walking, nothing else. Returning a string when this method will call, this is just return a string, help us test easily is the method working or not. In real system, the class workability is could be authentication, logging, database access and permissions like that. So this is just for understanding how the multiple inheritance is working inside Python. So after that we have the parent class talk ability. Basically we separate the abilities because we might reuse talk ability in different objects, human, robot, AI agent. So this prevents mixing responsibility into one class. So inside talk ability class we have the one method def talk, the same concept like a walk ability class, a class that only provides the ability to talk. This is how traits, interface, and mixins work in Python. And then we create a class child, and basically this line class human inside this walk ability and talk ability. So this line is the heart of multiple inheritance. Here what happens, human will now inherit from walk ability and talk ability, and inside human, after inheriting from walk ability and talk ability, we have walk and talk inside human. Walk from the walk ability and talk from the talk ability. Inside human class, we have one method identity. So why we do use multiple inheritance? Because in real life and software industry, let's assume a real life example. A human can walk, a human can talk. These abilities come from different sources. If you work with Django framework of Python, you just like a Django view inherit from template response mixin and views. A Flask extension inherit from logging and config classes. A vehicle inheritance engine. In real life, we have a vehicle which inherits engine plus wheel system plus fuel system. So the engine will be inherited from these in real life. But when we say in programming, and if you work with Django, a Django view inherit from template response mixin and view. And if you work with Flask, a Flask extension inherit from logging and config classes. So using the multiple inheritance which help us to avoid rewriting the same code again and again. And def identity